you said the light from the moon would be enough to see by.
Yeah, Michael, I literally can't see anything.
I think our flashlights will have to do.
Well, it sure makes it extra creepy.
Sarah, will you go tell Riley we got in? You guys nearly gave me a heart attack. Well, next time, tell your friends to bring their own freaking flashlights.
How do you know where the lights were? Simple, I just noticed where the box was from the outside and made a mental note, assuming we would need a circuit breaker.
She always 2 steps ahead of everyone else.
Pretty much, yep. I hope it's not annoying.
Oh my god, no. I didn't mean that at all. I'm so sorry.
No, I am. People are always saying I move too fast to follow. I wish I had your brain. Most of the time I can't remember what street I live on.
Yeah. Yeah, one time my dad got so tired calling me for dinner that he just gave up. And when I looked up from my phone, it was midnight and everyone was in bed.
We're sorry. It's okay.
Okay, gang, let's start unpacking the equipment, and I think the stage will be the best place to set up. Oh, and let's throw our sleeping bags.
Riley! Dad said you could come as long as you let me run this thing. Don't forget. Now let's put our sleeping bags. Sleeping bags should go... Hey. Where should they put their sleeping bags?
Let's just throw them to the side for now. We need to decide if this is even going to be worth it.
Oh, this is gonna be worth it, Riley.
From the research that Michael and I did on this place, it's definitely got activity. In 1982, there was a producer that tried to rent out the space, and he was in here like 5 minutes alone before he tore up the contract.
You actually read that in a book?
Yep.
Like, those actual words. He tore up a contract after 5 minutes?
Not that part, just that he tried to rent out the space, but decided against it after a brief visit to the theater.
Well, then you should say that.
I did.
Herman is right. We should stick to the facts so this doesn't turn into a gossipy retelling of an authentic story. The others would not appreciate that. You guys, look at this.
A family. It looks like one of those Sears backdrops my cousins in Nebraska have their graduation photos taken on. It's not worn.
When my dad suggested we take a photo, my mom's laughter through tears ran through mascara even more. He didn't notice. He wasn't looking anyone in the eye. Not even the guy at the Wetzel's Pretzels. He just kept looking past me and saying, "We haven't had a photo taken in forever." The shock hit both of them, but it never hit me. There wasn't enough time for it to.
My mom used to have a pair of these. Hat glasses, I think. Cat eyes? That's not right.
4 eyes, 4 eyes. Half the girls in my class had glasses, but I was the only one who constantly got teased, or so it felt. The first time I was out of school was only for 3 days, but in those 3 days, the news spread fast. When the kids found out, they stopped teasing. The sad thing was, they didn't know what to say, so the teasing stopped, but so did the contact. I became invisible until the end I could see them, but they refused to see me.
My brother used to have one of these. Or I used to have one of these. My brother always asked me to borrow it. He wanted it so bad, but my mom said he was too young to know how to use it. At night, when my parents were at whatever charity event was that week, I would let him use it. He looked at me as if I was his hero or something. He was the only person in my life that ever looked at me that way. Sparkling in the moonlight, she held the necklace up to the light and realized she was being way too prolific.
It's magic, she said. I believed everything my grandmother ever told me, from the fact that I would love carrots to people being good if you just gave them a chance. She had never lied to me. She told me it was magic. That was the first
It was such a big deal to get. I'll never forget how excited I was. I ran next door to show it to my best friend Lisa. She shrugged and said, "So?" I cried for 2 whole days. Non-stop. Well, almost. Nothing could ever be that bad again. No one would ever disappoint me like that. When I found out I was dying the next day, I walked across the street to give her the watch. I'm still not sure why I did that.
Why have a passport if you never go anywhere? What country has a dog paw as their stamp?
It was during the Great War in Poland, and we had to leave everything behind. Our possessions, my drawings, even my beloved Ridley. Pets, no matter how quiet, would not be allowed on the boat, my father said. The bombs fell the moment we opened our front door, and Ridley found me in the rubble. I know that. And he laid by my side, and he would not leave.
It's kind of beautiful. It must be from the early part of the last century. Nobody in our town has a store-bought doll. Well, the mayor's daughter Caroline did, but the rest of us played with porn husks and our moms had fashioned into dolls. We loved them. They were all we knew. It wasn't until my older sister went into the big city that we ever saw a real doll. Caroline did not like to share her things, and we were just as happy to have our parents had given us. When my sister brought her home for me, I wanted to share her. I did. I had it in my heart to let all the others play with her, hold her, dance her around. Well, not boys, but girls certainly. The funniest thing is, I couldn't release my grasp on her. I wanted always to have her in my arms, to be beautiful,
To be free.
to be at peace.
To believe a lie.
To understand.
What the hell was that?
It's a bear.
Don't touch it.
Michael, are you okay?
I think so. Yes, it's time to start.
Really? Oh, I can't wait to see a ghost.
An other, you mean?
Yeah, another. A ghost?
Michael, it's not 11:30 yet.
Trust me.
Actually, a ghost is just the English representative of the West Germanic word geistes, meaning supernatural being. In Christian writing, it is used to render Latin spiritus, or Holy Ghost, but since we don't know the beliefs of the people we're trying to contact, we call them others to be
Politically correct.
Respectful, which is what I expect all of you to be tonight. Especially the middle schoolers I've agreed to let my sister bring along.
others.
This is a sacred place where we stand. This is the hour where the rise. This is a sacred home to the past.
Not the surprise. This is a sacred place where I stand. To the world is on the next. Can we try to film the others?
Of course. We'll set up our cameras around the room, and hopefully when we play back this weekend, we'll be able to see some movement. But tonight is less about the proof and more about the contact.
So this can or cannot go on my story. At any point tonight, could we be in danger?
Why haven't any of us ever heard about this theater being haunted? I mean, like, I've heard the stories of sleepovers and stuff, but why hasn't Ghost Hunter done an episode on this place?
Great, now you've angered them.
Everyone freeze. Is it hot in here?
I mean, it's not cold, but it's not hot.
Exactly.
I'll grab the temp gauge.
Are they here? Are they?
Oh great, I've been here for less than 10 minutes and I'm about to die.
What makes you think they're gonna kill you first?
It's always the cute ones.
Everyone please.
Be quiet, please.
Shut up!
76.4, 75.8, 76.4, no. Wait, 73.4, 68.8.
Do you feel that? Riley, I'm not asking again. Fine, jeez.
68.9, 71, what was it?
76.4.
I want everyone to sit where they are, and I want total silence.
I'm too cute to die. Tony! Right, demand tonight, not cute. I am not cute.
Tony, they're not the others. They're people in crappy linens from Bed Bath & Beyond.
Excuse me. Did you just call my prank crappy?
No, she called your sheets crappy. As in 0 thread count, as in IKEA.
You're lucky I can't reach all the way down there, or else I'd have to hurt you.
Therese, what are you guys doing here?
It's Teresa, and we wanted to see this old place too. We overheard you were gonna be here.
We literally don't tell anyone about our hide and seek.
You call these hide and seeks? It's better than breaking and entering.
You're funny, kid. I like you.
I don't care.
So who told?
Of course.
Cameron? But I didn't think
Cameron? But Cameron used to babysit me.
I'm so sorry.
Did you guys just get here?
Yeah, freak.
I'm serious. Were you outside a few minutes ago making noises?
No, save it. The Uber dropped us off like 2 minutes ago, literally. See?
How did you know we were here? And how did you get an Uber to bring you here? We kept getting refused.
I always wanted to be part of this, but I never knew how to leave.
Excuse me? Leave what?
Stop it! This was literally the one thing we had that made this week a little more bearable. That made getting stepped on by the seniors worth it. Because at least come Friday we could pack our bags and go on a seek. And now you've brought them here? You've ruined it. Get out. Leave! Now!
Michael, are you okay?
I'm sorry, Michael.
Don't apologize for us. We have just as much right to be here as they do. They are no better than us.
Yeah, it's a free country. You know, we were just gonna prank you guys on our way to Chili's, but now I think, yeah, we're staying.
Wait, so we're not going to Chili's? Teresa, this is stupid.
Yeah, Therese, this is stupid.
As in no way are you guys staying.
It's Teresa, as in Teresa is not leaving until she sees a ghost.
And then goes to Chili's with her best friend, Bobby.
We are not leaving.
Why? Why are you doing this?
Why are you questioning me?
This is it. This is the moment. When I moved to Nordham in the 5th grade, I was completely petrified. You see, I'd made myself completely invisible at my old school. I mean, no one called me weird or that girl or anything. I saw how those kids were treated, and I was happy to be in the corner, unnoticed by everyone. So when we came to Nordham, I decided I wanted something different. I didn't want to be any type. I just wanted to be... And then Teresa happened. Have you ever seen a lion stalk its prey. It sits and waits for the exact right moment, and then it leaps, sinks its teeth into the jugular, and tears the meat from the limbs piece by piece, all the time being feared by all the other animals who stare in fear from a safe distance. That is exactly what it was like. Except Teresa's attack wasn't nature taking its course. It was filled with malicious agenda. No, she knew exactly what she was doing. She convinced me to stay by her side every day, and here we are almost 8 years later. This is it. This is the moment. You know just as well as I do that the baby back rib special ends at 11. If we go now, Cameron can just fill us in tomorrow.
Shut up, Bobby.
I don't want to add to the list.
The list of what?
The list of things we've done.
Things that you don't things that I have right down inside. I'm a tragedy that I caused and all of my flaws and my demons. Oh, if you'd seen, what would you do if you only knew? All of these things that I would never believe. Things that I've done, all of you thought. Wish you was single one of all of the things that I've done. Well, my face give me away. I know it won't, 'cause I don't even feel. I just reflect what you'd expect. So you don't suspect that I could be exactly who I am. All of these things that I've done, terrible things you would never believe. Things that I've done, all of you love. Wish you was single one of all of the things that I've done. I'll reflect that.
Who could have predicted the monster that I've become?
These things barely cover.
No one will discover.
That I could be the culprit. I'm sorry, I can't help it.
When Teresa asked me to infiltrate your group, I did say it was a bad idea, but she was insistent. She never admitted to you, Michael, but she wants to be here. And to be honest, for once, I'm not sure if she has something else planned or if her desire to be here is genuine. But either way, I want to apologize to you. I know how important having your own thing is, and I'm so sorry. You'll probably never know how bad I feel about bringing them here.
Fine, Teresa. You guys can stay.
We can.
Of course we can.
But just so you know, once we lock ourselves in, there's no leaving until daybreak.
Them's the rules.
Tony, come help me chain the doors. Riley, hand out the zooms and show everyone how to mount them. Let's go, gang!
All right, people, you heard the boss. We're losing moonlight.
Maybe we should go. I'm not actually into this.
I'm with Wyatt and Cameron. Why do you want to stay here? With them. Come on, Teresa, please.
Teresa, this is... What we're doing here is
I'm staying right here, and so are you guys.
She just wants to stay.
I'm calling BS. You hate being scared.
remember in 7th grade at the carnival fundraiser, you wet your pants when you saw that clown from It.
Hillary, shut up. You're not even one of us.
Oh, one of us? What are you? What am I not one of? A human, a female, an intelligent being with feelings. Which is it, Bobby? You gave me too many options.
Remember how Mom said that I could tell you if you were embarrassing me? Well, now it's happening. Like a lot.
Oh, well, we wouldn't want that. That must feel awful. We're leaving.
God, no, that's not what I meant. I don't want to go. I really want this to work.
The seance?
What? No, not that. I want to fit in with these guys, gals, ladies. What's the term I'm looking for?
Humans. But even that's debatable.
Come on, please, let's stay.
Excuse me, can you please leave at least one door unchained?
Nope. That's not the way we do this.
You're free to leave, though.
Listen, is this real?
Why don't you stay and find out?
Maybe we will.
Maybe I'll like that.
Maybe I will too. All right, it's settled. Lock the doors. Lock the doors.
And apparently flicker the lights and try to scare us out one more time.
That's not us.
Well, it's not us.
We know. Last chance.
Did I stutter?
I really need to ask you guys a favor. We've been planning the Seek for a long time, so just for tonight, if you could treat this as a sacred space.
Sorry, excuse me, but why is it that this always has to be sacred? Like A, it probably won't even work. And B, why is it that we only treat moments where we want something as sacred? My mom sending me to my school without any money for lunch and asking me just to give the lunch lady an IOU. Believe me, she knows I'm good for it. I helped her buy her first place and she owes me one. Or being called on an abnormal amount of time to class and knowing it's because your family helped build a new science building. Or being asked along for some ridiculous ghost hunt, other hunt, because you're the one with the Uber account that your parents never bothered to check. No, none of that is sacred. Just this moment, because it's a moment where you all want something. All I want is a new tomorrow. Something so different from this today.
That's exactly what we all want, Wyatt. That's what we came here for.
And what exactly is that?
Truth.
So, why do you hang out with these guys? You seem... no judgment.
No, say it.
You seem smart.
I like to think I am.
I loved your chemical sniffing Lego man.
What? Oh, yeah. The science fair, yeah, that was cool.
Did you win a prize?
First place, but that's not that big of a deal.
Where'd you come up with the idea of a robot that could smell dangerous chemicals?
It just came to me.
So you're smart.
Yes, I guess you could say that.
So why are you here?
The promise of a better future and maybe a date to the prom.
Which one promised you she'd go to prom with you?
Not so much a promise, just a clue and a hint towards a promise.
Wow. Your social circle, it must be pretty.
Dim, dark, desperate.
I was gonna say, in need of a makeover.
So, how did you choose this band of misfits? Sorry, I just realized that sounds mean.
I took it as a compliment. I'm proud to be a part of this band of misfits. Telling stories has always been such a huge part of my life. When I was little, my grandfather used to tuck me in at night. My mom worked late. And every single night, he'd come up with another story. Some true moments from his childhood, others completely made up, and I could always tell which was which. When I met Michael at the Seekers, I realized there were people not just telling stories, usually fabricated stories about their experiences with the paranormal. But more importantly, I realized that there were people out there like me who wanted to find stories so that they could be told.
My sister was my best friend. We were always together, always. She's 2 years older than me, and the minute I got to high school, it was as if I was somehow in her way. I made myself smaller, less visible, less of a threat to whatever she imagined I was going to do to come between her and her group of friends. At first, my parents said it was just a phase, but I think the longer it lasted, the more the divide grew. Sometimes, when I'm alone, I go back to those moments when all we had and all we needed was each other and maybe our Barbies.
Growing up, I was obsessed with Marilyn Monroe. Her movies, posters, I even dressed up as her for Halloween one year. And then would secretly put on the costume for like a year after. When I was a freshman, my parents finally let me read a biography on Marilyn. And then I understood why they had asked me to wait so long. I gained a ton of respect and also a huge amount of empathy for a woman who had given herself up entirely just to fit in. To be one of the wanted? No. From that moment forward, I vowed to always be a misfit.
Thank you. worry about that. I worry about where I am now, where I'm not at. They talk too much, but say without me. Hey, worry about me. Hey, worry about you. I worry about what I can, not what I can't do. Never needed to be alone. Coming here.
All right, guys, I think it's time.
Oh, it's time. How do you know when it's time?
My sister has always had a sense of when contact is inevitable.
So you've made contact?
Once, but we didn't know how to behave in order to allow the others to know that this was a safe space.
So we all need to remain not just calm, but also open.
We founded the Seekers not just to find out about the paranormal, but in search of something bigger than the beyond. And that is...
Truth. Yeah, you said that part already.
Yes, the truth. The Seeker's mission is to uncover the truth. And we know there are 4 ways to seek out that which is unknown. Number 1, talk to as many people as possible in order to understand and complete your mission. We have researched the tools and methods in order to contact the beyond.
Number 2, find the documents, look for the proof. In this case, we've combed the internet and seen tons of so-called proof, but there's no real way to know which are real and which are fakes until you experience them for yourself.
That's exactly like when my friend Tracy posts on Instagram. It's like, is she really having that much fun at the mall shopping? Or is she just pasting on that smile? Because I can see that she's at Pottery Barn with their mom, and that can't be fun.
Yes, Yoli, it's like that. It's trying to make heads or tails of the information that's being presented.
Number 3, going there. Having the courage to go to the place with the answers is the closest way to find the truth. But in the case of the paranormal, it can also be a way to find more doubt. That is, if they choose not to make contact.
And lastly, number 4. And this one kind of blew our minds a little bit. But in the words of the philosopher David Moranis, you must look for what is not there. Everything we find online, everything we read in books, everything that's on our phones, even in our brains is already there. So you must take a journey to the place of the unknown. You must be brave enough to travel and search for the unknown. May I ask that you all now hold hands with the people sitting next to you.
Do we need to turn the lights off? Don't we have to chant or something?
Did you guys bring a Ouija board?
We don't need a Ouija board. That's so
Please,
happy.
guys, silence. Let's all take a deep breath in.
All that is required is for us to set up a comfortable and inviting environment, which we have done. And yes, normally a Ouija board is a great idea, but with a bunch of people, it can easily be manipulated during a seance. So I'm asking the biggest ask during the contact. I'm going to ask them to join us. Remember, this is their space that we've come into. We know why we are here. Now let's be open to learning about why they are here.
So no chanting.
Riley will recite an invitation we found that seems to have worked for a lot of people.
I want to thank everyone in the circle for being here. It's a slightly larger group than we were hoping for, which is why our energies will be even more focused. This is a safe space for anyone who would like to visit from the beyond. We only ask that evil spirits stay away from this place. We will not allow contact with any form of evil. We are the Seekers, and we are here to have an encounter with the beyond, to examine the truths of this world and beyond. Everyone repeat after me. All truths are welcomed here. Please join us.
All truths are welcomed here. Please join us.
All truths are welcomed here. Please join us.
All troops are welcomed here. Please join us.
Nothing's happening.
The most important part is patience. It's just now 11:30, which has particular significance in the spirit world. Let's just stay patient.
Spirits, if you are with us, please make yourselves known. All troops are welcomed here. Please join us.
Please
join us. All troops are welcomed here. Please join us.
All troops are welcomed here.
Please join us. All troops are welcomed here. Please join us.
Did you see that? Holy crap! Everyone, stay focused. Spirits, please enter this realm with a gentle nature. We are open to your presence, though we are easily scared. We realize that this is a sacred space and welcome you to make yourselves known.
Great.
All troops are welcomed here. Please join us. All troops are welcomed here. Please join us. All troops are welcomed here. Please join us. All troops are welcomed here. Please join us.
What's your name? Hello, Maria. Thank you. They would like to know if they may speak. Yes, we would like that very much.
She does not wish to frighten you.
I'm not batting 1,000 on that one.
She may leave if she wishes, but we have come with only good and healing energies.
She will stay. May I? They aren't able to be touched. It would take too much energy. Yes, too much. We understand.
I'm sorry. There's no reason for apology. It is already forgotten.
We have enough to remember. Taddyville's still at task.
Understood.
You did.
I did what?
I'm sorry. You were going to ask what brought us here.
I was.
I know.
You are the Seekers.
You've heard of us?
We know you. We've seen you.
You've been following us? Watching us?
Not watching, just... No! We encounter your energy as our own.
When you know something, you must bring it into your heart before you are aware of it. Awareness brings understanding, empathy.
We have manifested to offer you what you seek.
How long will you stay?
We will stay as long as it is necessary. No more. There are many callings. Few are answered, but all are seen.
We must try, though. We do try, but some things are not meant to be. Where is it that you reside? Where do you watch from?
We are between the worlds.
You appear to be here. Are you not here?
We are here now, but what now is to you takes on a very different meaning.
To you.
Yes, but to all, living and past.
Her present is different from his. All time, awareness, and our hearts are in their own now. It is only with sharing our own now that we can even begin to think of seeing someone else's.
We are happy, though, to be here and now, as you see fit to describe. Are all of your nows the same as one another?
We don't know.
And that is exactly the point. Sometimes we never will know.
She was protecting your memory of your mother. She wanted to hold that in a sacred space for you.
I just wanted a mother.
You can still. You must tell her.
I think I will, but if you're here, then why can't she be?
That's not the way it is.
While not visible, my mother is here with me. When I really concentrate, I can smell the bread she used to bake. I can feel the way her lips felt against my forehead, and I can hear the song she used to sing. A different lullaby for each of her 5 children. When I think of these things, I relive them. Some might say only in my memory, but what is memory other than a recalling of a fact, a moment? And if I can make that real in my mind, is it not real in the moment? Energy is all around us, and at times it aligns and makes perfect sense. But at times it is chaotic, not to be understood by any of us. But if we don't take what is given, it'll be taken away. And that includes memories as well as moments. Do you live here in the theater? This is where our energies feel the most at peace, but here everywhere, in every moment, everything. To us, there's no here or there, only where we are in this exact moment of consciousness. Huh?
They're not showing up on my screen at all.
We're only here, where you can see us, in this moment.
But we'll be able to hear you on the recording later, right? To prove this actually happened, right?
This is happening, right now, in this moment. Proof is not possible.
So we won't hear you on the recording afterwards. You'll hear faint traces of their energies.
Yes! We're gonna be famous! Oh, and rich! Oh, we're gonna be rich!
Guys, that's not why we're here. We are not here seeking fame or fortune.
What do you see?
More than anything, truth.
Just ask her, Michael.
When I was 9 years old, my parents rushed me to the hospital one day after school. My dad explained on the car ride there that my grandma was sick and wanted to see me before she left. I knew where she was going. I mean, I knew she was dying, but I don't think I understood why. I couldn't wrap my brain around the fact that this woman who had been my nana, my best friend, my everything couldn't stay. I fought it for so long and with all my might, and now my parents were coming to get me to make me say goodbye. Resignation was not something I was willing to accept. I wanted to hold on to her for as long as I could. I truly believed that if I didn't say goodbye, she wouldn't go. And so I sat there and I wouldn't go in. My father pleaded with me. My mother threatened me. They even tried to carry me in, but I fought them, kicking and screaming, and ultimately ending up by myself in the waiting room of the hospital. I stared into my lap and hunched over, praying. And then she touched my shoulder. I felt her hand on my shoulder, warm, small, and tender. I looked up, and there she was, sitting right next to me. She hugged me, and I think she spoke, but I can't remember what she said, as hard as I tried. It was a miracle. My prayers had worked. It was all in a sort of slow motion. She rose and walked down the hall. My dad came out of the room, and I immediately ran up to him. I threw my arms around him. She's better. I saw her. I'll show you. I started dragging my dad down the hall, but he collapsed and started crying. I had never seen my dad cry before. She's gone, was all my mother said. I hadn't saved her. I ignored her and she left. And I can't remember what she said, as hard as I tried. I wasn't there for her, and she had always been there for me. Does she know that? Does she know I just couldn't see her like that? It hurt too bad.
Michael! She knew! Do you know that I love you?
Yes.
And when was the last time I said it?
I don't know.
Honestly, when was the last time I said it?
I honestly can't remember.
Exactly! I can't either, but you know it, right?
Yes.
You know it because it is. There's no need for gathering or proving or recalling. It just is. She knows. She knew then, and she will always know, because it always will be.
My grandmother taught me how to draw. She was a great artist. She taught me that there is nothing more beautiful in this world than love.
We're not talking about your grandmother, Roberta.
Well, I was. And you should. We all should.
She was an amazing person with endless amounts of energy and ingenuity. She could fashion a hairpiece for Sunday services with just a junk drawer bobby pin and a used piece of ribbon.
Bones off the book. No one knows where we are. It's a long time since I drank champagne. The ocean is blue as your eyes. I'm gonna take it with me when I go.
Always for you, forever yours. It felt just like the old days. I've worn the faces off all the cards. I'm gonna take it with me when I go. Children are playing at the end of the day. Strangers are singing on our lawns. Starting warm, flesh and bone. All that you want is on your own. In Atlanta there's a town, in that town there's a house, and in that house there's a and in there's a heart I love.
I'm gonna take it with me when I go. I'm gonna take it with me when I go.
I'm sorry that neither of us can remember the last time we said I love you. It's not always a comfortable thing for me to say, but I do. I love you, Michael.
I love you too.
I loved once. She was a year older than me, and I wanted so badly to be with her all the time. But I couldn't believe that she would accept my life. In the spring, our class went on a camping trip, and I knew that was my chance to tell her how I felt. She was the melody to my lyric. Her cabin led the hiking trip that day, and the rest of us followed behind. At lunch, we sat on a rock, and she stared into my eyes. And no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't form the words. I just sat there, feeling time passing and my regret coursing through my veins until I was totally enveloped. Her friends came together to start the hike again, and I just sat there, too scared to even move. What happened? I must have sat there for a good 10 minutes, not moving, just sitting in the realization that this had to be it. I had to make this count. I ran after her. I ran as fast as I could past all the others to get up to her, to tell her how I felt. Straight uphill, not stopping, not taking enough air in. When I reached her, I saw her with her friends, smiling, laughing, and just living. I realized that I didn't belong in her world. It was too late. I was too late. I have something to say.
What are you doing?
I love you.
Whoa! You guys just met, right? Oh, is this the time where we tell random people we love them? Hey,
Are you sure you want to do this?
1000%.
1000% is not a real thing. You can't be 1000% sure on anything.
Then you can't see what I see.
Hillary and I didn't just meet tonight. We've been talking for a while now, and
I love you. I want to be the lyrics to your melody.
I love you too. Will you be my girlfriend?
Sarah.
Whoa, buddy, calm it down.
Don't worry, I just wanted to apologize for earlier.
For what?
I don't know. I generally apologize for things before I know why. But I'm sure there's an answer to that question, and I know I can find it relatively soon, like, say, my prom night.
Are you asking me to prom?
I think that's where I was going with it. Yes!
Well, why don't we start by going to the movies and see where it goes from there?
That would be amazing.
My schedule is always full. My parents made sure of that until I became so obsessed with the concept that I took over planning, or over-planning.
When I was young, I can remember lying in a fort made of this amazing box of fabrics. Silks and satins, tulle, all strung up and held together with different pieces of the most colorful ribbon you've ever seen. I would just lay there and look up at the way the light hit the different colors, not worried about what was coming next, just laying there.
When I was little, I recall having no sense of time. I was happy. Now I can see the measurements of time more clearly than I can see anything else. We're constantly talking about what's coming next and how to live in the moment. How can I?
The phone buzzes with the next photo I'm supposed to like, the next fragmented thought of someone else's subconscious that I will consume as if it were my own. But it's not your thought. Where am I? Not here.
I turn all that off. I turn away from it. And yet, because of that, I find those noises within my own head, the pressures that I've placed upon myself. So then I retreat back to the postings and the pictures of the places that I'll never go and the people that I'll never be.
They aren't those people.
You aren't those people.
You are only right now. That is all you can be in this moment. It can feel terrifying, but it is freedom. It is pure existence.
It is freedom. It is pure.
It is peace.
It is love.
It is now. Have you ever had a dream of being something more? Close your eyes and trust it. Just trust it.
Have you ever thrown a fistful of glitter in the air?
Have you ever looked fear in the face and said, I just don't care?
And it's only half past the point of no return.
Tip of the iceberg, the sun before the burn, the thunder before the lightning.
And the breath before the phrase. Have you ever felt its weight?
Have you ever hated yourself for staring at the phone? Whole life waiting on a ringtone. You're Have you ever been touched so gently you had to cry?
Have you ever invited a stranger to come inside?
Damn it, you guys, what the hell were you thinking?
Did it work? Can you see anything?
That's not what we're here for!
And they already told us that it wouldn't work!
Are they gone? Oh, please don't go! Please come back! They're sorry!
Well, it's almost 4 a.m. Soon it'll be light, and I'm sure they won't be back.
Do you think maybe we could try this again? Maybe next weekend?
Next weekend is prom. Are you guys sure you won't be busy?
Not too busy for the Seekers.
I guess we could try.
You guys, we have something to say. We're sorry. Like, really sorry.
You guys realize that you put an end to something so... Ugh, I'm so mad I can't even speak. We didn't think the flash was on, but that doesn't matter. It matters that you betrayed us. And them.
I guess I didn't see it that way.
Obviously. You expect us to forgive you? Just like that? They seem really sorry.
They messed this up for everyone, though.
We didn't mean to. We just didn't think.
And we know that it'll take time. We just wanted to make sure that we didn't leave here without you all knowing just how sorry we were about what happened. We won't come back to the Seekers until you're invited.
Wait. This is a sacred space. That's not just for the others, that's for all of us. This is a space where we all belong. We should all be allowed to mess up once in a while. This space should be one that allows us to be humans.
Yeah. If we don't mess up once in a while, we wouldn't be human.
Wait, so we're not kicking that?
No.
Everyone! Back in the circle now!
Sarah, we can try this again next weekend. I don't think it'll work twice in one night. Plus, it's late. I mean, our parents know we're at sleepovers, but... Oh! Everyone back in the circle, quickly and quietly.
Michael asked me to tell you, is it going to work again?
It is working!
Wait, where are the others?
What you hear is anger. What I'm trying to communicate is frustration. What you see is torment. What I live is anguish. What you feel is unrest. What I believe in is grief. What you taste is bitterness. What I spit is venom. What you smell is fear. But that's not what I am. It's what I have been through, but it's not what I'm walking towards. My fear, my anger, my torment is simply sorrow. Sorrow for the years lost, the times gone by, the inability to make it all better for him, for you, for myself, for the world. All I can be is who I know myself to be. All I can ask of myself is to awaken each day to find a glimmer of hope. And then it all went away. You took him from me. And I have to forgive you. I have to move past this injury, knowing not why, just knowing for sure that moving forward is the only way out of this world.
Spaceships sing him a lullaby. Twinkle fingers have some starry night. In the long mountain window, in his eyes we see the spaceships fly and the fireworks on the 4th of July. In his voice you hear him crying. for you. On a Tuesday night before the spaceship's flight, at the dinner table in the morning light, I could see you in the mirror. In the bedroom today, when the spaceships came, the indigo fingers start to slowly break, and I thought the sky was falling. Spaceships leave as he starts to bleed. You take off running as he falls asleep. Through his eyes I saw him dying. Thought I knew spaceships don't mean half the things they do. It's only what we make of it that's true. 'Cause they're not like the rest of us, and they'll try to bring you down. You think they'll fight for you. Spaceship's drum and tomorrow comes. The secretary starts to softly hum. And I am all alone with you. Take me back to the good old days when we hid away in our secret place, and the spaceships couldn't find us. Spaceships fly, sing us lullabies of the indigo fingers while we softly cry. Tomorrow never happens, and tomorrow never happens. No, tomorrow never happens.
Who's here?
Louis is Teresa's baby brother.
He was so young, and he was my world. As I watched them lower him into the ground, I started to laugh. I had never been to a funeral before, and the absurdity of it all made me giggle. I couldn't control myself. It soon turned into sobs. Loud sobs of excruciating pain. If only I could see him one more time. Hold him in my arms.
He knows that you loved him. You seek for another moment, but what he wants for you is for you to have many more moments than just that one.
Take that glance back, and now it's time to look forward. Inspire forward motion.
Thank you. You can! I can what? See him! How? Yes, what do we do?
Form a circle of candles. Put them as far as you can. When I say so, put the bat in the middle of the circle. Above this one. Where's the rest of the candles?
In my bag.
There. Go how many? And then you grab. Are you sure there's a lot in here? Like with this. Give me two. They must still form a circle as big as you can possibly be. Don't. Please, Constance. Don't. Do you feel that? No, everything here over the window. It's over there. It's like a cry. I can feel it. Is it like pushing brains? Yes. Close your eyes. Try to concentrate. I'm scared. No, you're excited. Because you're feeling what I felt when they first made contact with me. Get that tree out of the way.
Where do you suggest?
I don't care. Over here, point. Don't do this. This will end. This is at the end of all of this. Please, you are too warm. We are not like this. Why are you telling me? I have to go over here. We need a few more. Moving slowly.
I'm done. Put that over there. I'm here for you.
Come on, how far should they go? I
Oh my god. Oh my god, Teresa! I'm sick! I don't believe this is happening! Fire! You guys! Fire!
Somebody 911!
Everybody, fire! Let's go! My god, let's go! Signal! Let's go! Make sure everybody gets up! Over there, going for help! Bobby, let's go! Now can we go to Chili's? This is funny, Bobby! You're not trying to be funny! You're really gonna get it now! We're gonna keep pushing on!
You have to keep his spirit alive. That is our character. He wants that.
That is what he wants!
I'm so sorry, buddy. I love you so much, and I promise to always carry your memory. I will move forward. I'll make sure that I live that life that you would have lived if you were still alive. I love you.
Teresa, it's time!
Guys, we have to get out of here. The fire department is miles away, and this place is going to burn fast. No! They're already dead!
No, them!
I gotta get you to safety.
Hey! I got you! Let's get out of here!
Listen, I'm going to give you this story, mister.
Teresa! Is it okay? We gotta get out of here!
Let's stay out! Just stay with him!
He's not thinking straight. We gotta get her out.
I promise I'll find you. I'm so sorry. We could have had more time. We gotta get out of here.
Why didn't you go with them? If you need something more from us, we can tell each other that we love each other and we're Constitution. Go!
I want to go with them with you.
Why don't you?
Anyone left inside? Hey, kid, come on, we gotta go. You know who left?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure? Come on, gotta go. Kid, come on, we gotta go. Run, please, man, we're getting hot. Stay in the spirit. Kid, we gotta go.
Tragedy struck tonight at the historic McDowell Theater, where a group of teens had gathered to conduct what appears to be a seance, lighting several candles and setting the theater on fire. Officials have stated this appears to be an accident. While there were 17 local teenagers inside, one is in critical condition at Del Val Hospital tonight. One of the teens, Constance, has apparently been living inside of the rundown theater for months now and barely escaped with her life. Constance, can you tell us anything about the events of tonight?
I was just trying to see my mom.
Were you living in the theater with your mother?
No, my mother isn't here.
I see. Well, when they found you inside tonight, you had collapsed.
Yes, I should have run, but I just wanted to see her again one last time.
Well, Constance is obviously very traumatized by the situation, and while it's not clear exactly what had happened tonight, we do know that this young lady, Teresa McManus, is the hero of tonight's story. As we understand it, this young lady rushed back into the theater to save the collapsed victim. She suffered severe burns and is in critical condition tonight at Del Val Hospital. Our thoughts and prayers are with her and her family tonight.
I used to live in the darkness, dressed in black, got so heartless, but now I see the colors of everything. Got the lighter strokes in my hair too. Got the stars in my eyes too. Yeah, now I see the magic inside me. Yeah, maybe my head's messed up. Not going back in love with me. Alive, dreaming in light lights. This getting out lost her mind. Been looking for a sunset song that only alright. Look to the skies. You gotta